The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. How are you? Good to see you. My God, you're looking good today. What, did you take a shower? You clean up nicely. Sort of. Hey, welcome to the show. I put a jacket on for you today. Are you impressed? You're not supposed to be. Don't worry about it. If you're not familiar with this program, I do this every once in a while when I have nothing else to do. Now, I come in here once a week and do the visual version of the every weekday radio show that I do, which is syndicated across the country and also on all the podcast platforms. I don't even know what a podcast is, but apparently it's working out. And that's what I do. I talk about things that we go through every day that nobody else really talks about. You might call it observational humor. You might not. I'm not sure. But you'll understand what's happening pretty soon. On the radio version of the program that I do Monday through Friday, I usually have a guest. When I do this visual thing, I don't have a guest because it's a pain in the butt. So I just talk for half an hour. Now, if you can put up with that, then you probably watch all of the school committee meetings from beginning to end. I find that funny. You probably don't. Especially if you're on the school committee. So have a good day. Thank you so much. Oh, man. Don't worry about it. There's only 28 minutes left. Hey, I was watching TV. I get a lot of my observations from television because I watch television throughout my life. When I was a kid, I would sit in front of the television as much as I could, and my parents would always say, Ronnie, they called me Ronnie, which is a cute version of my name. Said, Ronnie, why don't you go out and play with your friends? And I said, have you met my friends? No, I'm not going out to play with those people. I'd rather sit here and watch television and get my education that way. And I did, and it was great. I went to New York University, got a degree in film and television and radio, ended up in radio, and had my own business in the video field as well. So, yeah, you know, it all worked out. How about you? Oh, sorry to hear that. Okay. You know, I'm annoying myself, oddly enough. Isn't that fitting? So I'm watching television, and there's a commercial that comes on for Burger King. Now, you know, seriously, I do as much as I can to stay away from the fast food places because I know that they're just really not healthy for you. As a matter of fact, I believe the new marketing catchphrase for Burger King is "Come to Burger King, we'll shorten your life." Anyway, yeah, because if you eat that stuff all the time, come on, how long do you think you're really going to live? So I'm watching this commercial, and oh my God, they have come out with a new product. Burger King is struggling. They got to be struggling. Do you remember like 20 years ago, it was McDonald's, Burger King. It was like the war of the fast food chains. And then Wendy's came along and kicked ass, and McDonald's kind of stayed in power because they're cute, you know, with the McNuggets and the McShakes and the Mick colonoscopies that they do and the drive-through, all those things. Burger King, all they had was that stupid paper crown that you put on your head. Not enough to sustain. So Burger King has to come up with stuff. So here's the newest thing they've come up with in order to get your business. And I can't believe it. When I saw it, I almost threw up. Now, the burgers have like one patty. Some of them have two patties on a bun, two burgers on a bun. Okay, that's decadently stupid anyway. Then they went for three hamburger patties on a bun. Holy crap, just end my life now, why don't you? God. And now, I can't believe I'm saying this, they have what they call the Stacker Quad. The Stacker Quad. That sounds deadly. It's 4 patties. 4 flame-broiled patties on a bun. Oh my God. You eat that stuff, you have got to be spotted by a nutritionist who yells at you, what the hell are you doing? Put that down. Those people that want to end their lives actually go to, no, I shouldn't say that. That's a horrible thing to say, but you know what I'm going to say. It's just a very scary, 4 patties. My mouth doesn't open that wide unless, there's a benefit involved. In any event, first of all, get the kids out of the room right now. Secondly, we're not on late enough, obviously. I'm just doing a warning thing for you with this quad burger thing. Oh my God. Please. And you can see it's just awful. It's just awful. Anyway, I had a friend. He recently passed away about 8 years ago. His name was Evan. Do you know him? He was also a comedy writer. I've been doing comedy all my life. I only have relationships with people who have a sense of humor. I cannot deal with someone who has no sense of humor at all unless it's just in passing, like, it's okay, never mind, I'm never going to see you again in my life. They need to have a sense of humor. I just can't. I have a very dry wit. It is so dry that it only exists in the desert. And if somebody doesn't get that, I can't even relate to them whatsoever. So my friends are very, very funny, but in a very accepting way. So Evan, God rest his soul, I'm telling you, he's no longer with us, and I'll tell you why. His occupation, he worked for WOR-TV, that's Channel 9 in New York City, a very well-watched independent station, been around forever. And his job is to sit in a control room at the station in a chair, very similar to this. You can't see the chair, but believe me, there's one here. And in front of him is a bank of monitors, probably like 9, 10, and 15 monitors. And they're showing what's going out on the air, what's about to go out on the air, the quality of what's going out on the air, the audio of what's going out on the air. It's monitoring what you're seeing at home if you live in New York City in the metropolitan area in New York. That's his job. If there's a somewhat local commercial that has to be inserted during a commercial break, he does that. He puts that in live. And so he sits there in a control room in a chair for 9 hours a day. He has the most sedentary job ever. At least if you're a data control person or you work with a keyboard or something, at least your fingers are moving. At least your fingers are moving. Evan's fingers never moved. He just sat there and stared and made sure the stuff was going out properly. Didn't have to make a move necessarily at all. It's the kind of job where you say, boy, I wish I had that job. And then you realize, no, you don't. No, you don't. He gets a few breaks during the 9-hour day. He goes to lunch every single day, he tells me, to Kentucky Fried Chicken, or as he calls it, KFC. And he eats fry food every single day. And when he doesn't go to KFC, when he can't go to KFC, he'll go to McDonald's. That's it. He claims that his wife can't cook. So this is the way they eat. And I hadn't seen Evan in about 10 or 15 years prior to when I saw him back in, I believe it was 2010 or something. I visited him in New Jersey. He lives in Ramsey, New Jersey. Horrible name for a town. Sounds like the major industry is condoms, but it's not. So I went to visit him, and he was looking good and stuff. He told me about his job, and he said, Ron, you want to go out to lunch? And I said, sure. Where do you want to go? Any nice places around here? And he says, well, I like KFC. I said, is that that chicken place? He says, yes. I said, well, I don't really. He says, come on, Ron, you're going to love it. And he takes me there, and we sit down, and he's like stuffing his face with everything fried in sight. And he gets the extra fried, the extra crunchy chicken. Oh my God. And he's very, very happy and all that. And I say, Evan, it was good seeing you again. I'm glad I came down to the area and I could stop by and see this is an old pal from junior high school, a long time ago. So we parted ways. About 9 months later, I get a phone call from his wife. She says, Ron, yes. I said, how's Evan? She said, he's passed away. What happened? We were in the car, and he had a heart attack. Thank God I was the one doing the driving. I said, my God, yes. We rushed him to the hospital, but it was too late. And I said, what was it? She said, coronary. It was coronary. Cholesterol and all that stuff, and had a heart attack. And I didn't say it out loud to her, but my immediate thought was, yeah, no kidding. Sad. Sometimes it takes something of ultimate sadness to slap you in the face. Human beings need to be slapped in the face, not literally, but figuratively. I was slapped in the face with Evan's passing because of the way he ate. And I have nil been to a fast food place since. Maybe once or twice a year. I'll go to one of those fast food places if I'm in a drunken stupor, which I'm not ever really. But if I don't know what I'm doing, I might by mistake go to one of them, but not really. Very, very rarely, if ever, and almost never. As a matter of fact, I'll tell you a funny story about a drive-through at Burger King that double made me realize don't go to these places. For me. I'm talking about for me. I had a friend who I saw every day. He was the director of my television show, which I had been doing with him for about 15 years, with him as the director. He's a brilliant man. Funny guy as well. And he passed about 6 years ago, I think it has been now, and smoking cigarettes all his life. And yeah, that's how he met his demise at an early age. Not that I was smoking at the time, but my God, I will never pick one of those things up, even for a joke. These kinds of things, they make you think. When something tragic happens, you kind of say, well, I think I just skirted death here by having a very obvious lesson thrown right into my face in the depths of grieving. I remember I smoked for a couple of years when I was a young adult. And that's when they were on the cigarette packs, they were saying, they had little warning labels on the side of the cigarette packs. And it said, if you're pregnant, smoking can harm you. And I thought, well, this pack's okay because I'm not going to get pregnant, so I'll smoke these. That's a joke. Nobody reads the thing on the side of the pack of cigarettes. Nobody pays attention to it. One day, someone showed me a picture of lungs after you've been smoking for an inordinate amount of time, and that scared the bejesus out of me. So that was the end of that. We need to be slapped in the face sometimes. We really do. It's like 9/11. Oh my God, that was horrible. I lived through that. I was on the air when that happened. I was doing the morning show at WBET. And I did their morning show for like 10, 12 years, 15 years. And it happened when I was on the air. And wow, what an experience. I will never forget that. But after the 9/11 thing, this country was so united, grieving. People that didn't know each other from whatever their culture, whatever their race, whatever the color of their skin, whatever their religious beliefs, it didn't matter. Just all came together in an incredible way. It took a real tragedy to bring us together, and that was beautiful. Horrible to beautiful. Unfortunately, as we sit here today, all that unity has completely dissolved into a social hell. But that's for another show. Anyway, examples of you got to be slapped in the face to stand up straight. As a matter of fact, that's exactly what my mother did. When I was a young adult, a teenager, I was 6'3" tall. Oh my God! And but tall people don't stand up straight because there's a lot of body to get up there. So she never slapped me in the back of the head or anything, but just about did verbally. Said, stand up straight, 24 hours a day. Stand up straight, stand up straight, stand up straight. It didn't work until I saw a picture of somebody that doesn't stand up straight. And oh my God, I still don't stand up that straight. But again, I was slapped in the face with this picture. By the way, hi, I forgot where you were. I measured myself because this came into my mind a few days ago. I talked about it on my radio program. Someone said to me, Ron, you're not 6'3" anymore. And I said, yes, I am. I'm 6'3". I've been 6'3" all my life. I measured myself when I was alone, and I'm not 6'3" anymore. I shrunk. And I made sure I was standing up really straight and everything. I shrunk 1.25 inches. I'm 6'1" and a couple of pennies. What happened? My bones are shrinking. The older I get, the more my bones are shrinking. How did that happen? Was it too much fast food? What was it? I'm shrinking. If I live to be 100, I'll probably be like 2 feet tall. I don't know how that works. I'll tell you a funny story because you're here. Just this morning, I went to a local supermarket. I won't say the name of the supermarket, but it begins with an R and ends with an Och Brothers. But I'm not going to tell you the name. Nice store. There was a cashier. I bought a salad because I'm trying, I'm trying to lose a little weight, maybe get a little taller. So I bought a salad. Salad bar. I love the salad bar because I get what I want. So I fill that thing up, and I fill the container that's full of the salad bar, which ended up costing me $5,000. It's an expensive proposition to eat well, by the way. So I go to the checkout lane, and there's this woman there who was on the older side of life. And she's, scanning my thing. But as she's servicing me, so to speak, quote unquote, she's talking to the girl who was the bagger. Now, the bagger girl was pretty much just a little bit out of high school or something, or maybe, something like that. She's probably like 19 or 20 or something. So they're having a conversation while they're checking out my salad through the scanner. And the older woman is saying to the younger girl, she's saying, yes, that's right. I had a herniated disc in my neck. And I'm dealing with that. And it's very, very painful. And the younger girl, who doesn't even know probably what a herniated disc is or where it could possibly be. She's responding by going, oh my God, oh no, oh no, oh. How can she relate otherwise? The younger one says to the older one, well, I think my mother had that, but I'm not sure. I do have a friend named Lucy who is dating John, and John says some things, and Lucy doesn't really believe what he's saying all the time. So they're not really dating anymore, although they still are. And took him a long time to scan, by the way, so I'm getting a lot of conversation. And obviously the older person doesn't care about John and Lucy or whatever their names are. And the younger person doesn't care about the older person's herniated disc. So it's a relationship that they cannot bond with. What they're doing is they're tolerating each other. They're respecting each other coming from different places, different ages in this case. But they're tolerating and respecting and working together. And then I said to myself, that's what we need to do in society. We need to tolerate each other and respect each other. And then we can work together at Roach Brothers and across the world. Let's take a commercial break. I'll be right back after this.
Everyone's doing a chicken sandwich these days, but nobody does it quite like Burger Guy. Introducing Burger Guy's new all-beef chicken sandwich. It starts with 3 of our signature paper-thin patties and a hearty helping of our something-like cheese sauce on a delicious day-old bun. So what makes it a chicken sandwich? Well, every Burger Guy all-beef chicken sandwich is topped with a crispy Cajun spice free-range chicken beak. It's the tastiest part of the chicken. Science tells us so. The new all-beef chicken sandwich. Available for a limited time, only at Burger Guy.
The Burger Guy all-beef chicken sandwich is available as a meal combo with the Burger Guy metric ton of fries and keg of soda. The Burger Guy all-beef chicken sandwich contains less than 2% chicken by weight and should not be confused with a chicken sandwich containing more than 2% chicken. Consult your physician before eating anything at Burger Guy, ever.
You might have seen during that commercial, because this is a visual media at this point, I took my glasses off. And because I'm not used to wearing glasses, this is kind of new for me. I have bifocals. I had to buy the focals in order to get them. I guess I need to be corrected for near and far, or not so near, or maybe not far at all. I don't know. But I'm wearing them. And they're not very strong, and they're not very weak. They're just right, just like the 3 bears. But I'm not used to wearing them, and sometimes I don't realize that they're on my face and I can't find them when they're on my face all the time. And other times I go looking for them, but I can't find them and they're on my face. And sometimes I take them off because I feel like I shouldn't really be wearing them because I didn't before. Why would I do it now? So I'm trying to get used to that. I'm waiting for people to walk up to me and say, Ron, you look really great all of a sudden. What is it? And I would respond by saying, well, I'm wearing glasses. I guess I look better in glasses. And I'm waiting for them to say, oh, my God, you really do look better in glasses. Oh, my, you're so handsome with those glasses. But it doesn't happen. So every once in a while, I'll take the glasses off and wait for somebody to say, oh, my God, you're really handsome. I don't know. What the hell? Everything's all messed up, I'm telling you. Everything's messed up. We got about 4 minutes left, so if you can just hold on, there'll be a prize at the end of the program. That's not true. I'm lying to you. Why don't I just lie to people like Fox News? Seems to work for them. Anyway, that was a funny deal. Are you up on that? If you're not, I don't have time to go into it. All I'm going to say is that phrase, fake news, right back at the people that said it to begin with. That's where it really is. Holy crap. That's like right back in your face. That's like peeing into the wind. Wow. Good luck with that, Fox News. Enjoy your future. Whoa, baby. Ouch. Ouch. That's an ouch. If you're not familiar with that whole situation, check it out. It's like an incredible story. Okay. So I don't have much time, but I'll tell you, I was watching. I don't like it when television, because I'm into television, when television tells me what I am, but I'm not that. They were talking about the announcer. Did you watch Wheel of Fortune? Merv Griffin came up with the concept, and my God, that's opening Pandora's box. Apparently, it's like playing hangman, and you choose a letter. Is there a P? No. Is there an N? No. Is there an A? Yes, there's 10 of them. And then you have to figure out what the phrase is. And at the beginning of the show, the announcer says, and now it's time for Wheel of Fortune, everybody's favorite game show. And I said, no, it's not. You liar. It's not my favorite game show. And I know a lot of people who don't consider that their favorite game show. So, like, what is that about? Where do you get the balls to announce a show? And this is everybody's favorite game show. Why are you telling people that? It's not. It makes you feel like, well, it's not my favorite game show. I'm the only one who doesn't think it's my favorite game show? What's wrong with me? I must feel that it's my favorite game show, too, in order to be a part of everybody thinking it's their favorite game show. I still get a kick out of Vanna White. She still looks the same, just a lot older. Everything's the same, the clothes, the hair, but the face, on its way to a different place. Here's how it's, and this is a good example of how lazy and pathetic everything has gotten, even on America's favorite game show. Everybody's favorite game show. Vanna used to, the contestant would say, is there an A? And Pat Sajak, for $10 million a year, would say, yes, there's 3 of them. And then Vanna would get up off her ass and she'd walk over to the letters and turn them around. And when she turned around the blank thing, the A would show up. She had to physically turn that letter around to expose it. Now, she doesn't turn the letter. She just walks over to the light up a block and she just touches it. And then she goes back to where she was. Seriously? Why? Why don't you just get rid of Vanna? I mean, what is the point of this now? She just she doesn't even tap it. She just lightly touches. She's probably not even touching. She's just waving her hand near it. Oh my God. Well, because it's tradition. You have to have Vanna doing this. But in essence, there's no point to her whatsoever. And as we all know, there was never any point to her. She was in a couple of movies and they both took like big nosedives, and all they did was prove how much Vanna can't really do much of anything at all. It's almost like through her whole life she's been on disability and this is the only job she could actually do. Not the case, and I'm not making fun of people on disability, I'm just saying. It's all a conundrum, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I know. I'll be back again next week with a brand new program for this particular format, so join me then. Thank you for being here. I wish you peace.